Snowballing is taking over Supervive with this new patch. And with this, we're gonna need to update the tier list dramatically because of the resets on shift and healing on knocks is big, more gold on kills, and movement changes, which is impacting everything in an insane way. So stay tuned. To start of us, we'll go with alphabetical. Bibo on the side here. Bibo got a buff this patch. He can now res ally Wisp with his bomb, which is kind of funny. It's a neat little thing. You also get more health. I don't think this means too much for Bibo. He's pretty strong still. But the thing is that the meta is revolving around snowballing a lot more. If you get one kill with the team you have, and you get shift resets and you get heal reset on that character, they can take or more. Bibo is not really a takeover hunter with like the first pick. He's still good, he's still strong by any means, like he's not bad. I would probably have him top of B tier for now, just because like his power level is higher, but the way the game is played now with the new patch makes it so he get less value. Now with Bishop goes slightly up. Now she had her RMB nerfed, but she is also not getting held back by the movement nerfs, which means that her shift is getting more value. Also, if she gets a knock, it resets all her stacks on, points basically on shift, which is kind of insane. And playing now for the one-shot full kill and having a bishop on your team is going to give a lot of value. So you don't play really too much for the RMB value, but rather just the engage one-shot value. I don't think she's like the best in slots, but I think she's high up in A tier now for sure with how ranked is being played. Brawl has gotten his using his glider after shift back now, so you can use that. His power level though is still low. It does benefit from being able to play for more resets, but the problem, he's slower because he needs to play on empowered. I think his power level is just too low at the moment, and I think he's still weak and easy to play around, so probably then also C tier, also because of other hunters in high tier that also plays really well against Brawls. I think he's in a pretty weak spot at the moment. Celeste also, not bad by any means, but really doesn't benefit from the movement changes. She didn't really have much to her except like her wall getting more health. But overall, I would say that she's also in B tier. She's a fine power level, decent again trying to stop people from engaging. But like it's hard to stop a lot of people. Her ult can neutralize situations, but it's also kind of easy to play around. Now Krista got hit this patch. Krista, I would still say, is really strong. She also benefits from the reset changes, being able to play fast pace, one-shot burst. Now, she's not S++ anymore, but I would still say she's a top-tier hunter. Top of A probably for now. I think her nerf was really good. It hits the right mark, nerfing a little bit of the movement, nerfing her damage a little bit, but not making her overpowered. I think she's still very, very viable. Eluna also benefits a little bit from being in more chaotic settings and people fighting a lot more. But the problem is that her value of picking up Wisp doesn't help as much, because the problem is that when the Wisp is knocked, people are getting such a big benefit from the shift reset and healing on that hunter that I think Eluna will struggle more to bring value. Probably would rather have her than a Brawl honestly at the moment, but bottom of B tier. Now Felix. Holy moly, Felix this patch. Now you're gonna wonder, like, why is Felix S tier? I'm gonna explain to you. Now, what did I talk about before? Yeah, he's very easy to see coming. You can react to his stuff. He's not that valuable. That's still the thing, but the problem is, there's two things. You want to get that one-shot kill on the first target and snowball with that. Felix is good at that. But then, Tom, didn't you say, like, it's easy to see coming? Yes. The other factor of it is that everybody else wants to go and do that. You want to jump into a Felix? His stats are surprisingly good, but his kit struggles. But now being able to just stick on targets even more with shift resets if you get knock, and then also healing, and you also get mana, so you don't really need mana items anymore, and you never want to engage into a Felix. Like, he's taken over. I've been playing him like non-stop today. This is coming out today. Like, Felix is insane, both for the fact of being an engager and setting up for his team to get resets, but also you don't want to engage into Felix because of how fast-paced and people trying to play for snowballs. Felix is surprisingly insane now. Ghost, oh, he's struggling. Poor Ghost, his movement is kind of killed with this patch because he can't really do his B-hop technique anymore. I think people are in shambles if they play Ghost. I think he's struggling a lot. Also, instantly onto Hudson. Like, with everybody being fast-paced, I don't think he can really handle everything that is going on, trying to stop anybody. If you're playing Hudson in ranked, you're probably just crying. I'll probably, like, down here as well. Jin, also power level-wise, weaker, but he does benefit also from being able to try to play for the one-shots. He also got his glide after shift technique back, so it helps a little bit. I would probably have Jin around here. Still struggling a little bit because of the hunters in the top tier that really just deals with him well, but it's not like shit, but he's pretty bad. But it's not shit, but it's pretty bad, you know. Jewel also benefits a lot from this patch, fixing some of her bugs, but also just the pace of the ranked meta makes it so playing for resets is helping her a lot. Now, I don't think she's broken by any means, because other hunters off. We're going to be talking about him also later. She's going to struggle against that, but in the chaotic environment of playing for that, I think she's up in A tier again. KP, yo, they buffed my dude, but he's struggling. Like, it's a weird mix. They were going to nerf KP, and he is weaker in the early levels. Pre-level 9, he's weaker. But nobody really fights that early. But now they do fight early, so he's actually weaker, but he's stronger later. But people snowball more, so it's a weird mix. Kingpin is stronger by level 9 and out because of armor shred, and even they try to remove the 0.2 seconds on his dunks. Even if you go shift max and have the 0.2 reduced stun duration on his dunk, it doesn't affect his combo. Like, niche scenarios will make it so people can get out, but if you are good on KP, all good KP players got buffed, but people that are like bad, new, or mediocre on Kingpin got nerfed. So he's in a very weird spot also because of the meta and how the ranked games are being played. I would say he's still power level wise strong, but like bottom of A tier at the moment. Myth also in a weird spot where her power level is really high, but she struggles with the mobility changes and doesn't really play well around resets, which means that she struggles. But she's really strong still, so it's a weird mix. I'll probably still have her up here. But it's a weird spot, because you would rather have all these four, but they're not bad, but you would rather have these, so it's like a weird spot. And then Oath, also really good with this, because people wanting to engage, engaging into an Oath, like, what are you doing? But he's also good at engaging, and also being able to play with resets on the shift, which is really strong, and mobility. And it's weird. And then Shiv, don't get me started on Shiv up here as well. Like, this looks completely different and weird from what patches you've seen before, but this is actually how ranked is looking now. If you have a comp with like Felix, Oath, Shiv in ranked, I think you are biz already because of how they play around resets, trying to blow up on target, and snowballing with that fact. Also because you get more gold with kills. It is kind of insane. Shrike. Guys, we don't talk about Shrike. She's crying at the moment. She's absolutely in shambles. Void, faster pace games, really struggles. Now, he really good at stopping engages. So he gets plus points from being a controller that you don't want to be jumping into. But then again, if you want to deal with Felix and Oath and Shiv, he's struggling a lot. This is a weird mix, but I want to give him the benefit of doubt, because if people play a lot fast-paced, then he gets a lot more space to play with. So probably like, he's up there. it's a weird mix. So you can get high value out of Void, but it's harder to get that because if you just avoid the Void team and you snowball around all the other teams, then Void will fall behind and other people will snowball even harder. So it's a rough one for Void. And then Seth as well really struggles against people with resets. His mobility is a little bit worse. It's still good. Seth's mobility is still good, but he's struggling. I would say that he's also down here. His healing value is really good for trying to stop engages. You know, like the pace of the game is completely different now. Like snowballing is it. If you have Felix or Oath or Shiv, like Oath, okay, honestly, let's do this. If you have Felix or Shiv, you're really happy. You like if you have an Oath alone, you're not really happy, but you just combine this Oath with either Shiv or Felix, and you have all these three together. Holy bomba. Now, if you're curious about how this will look competitive, I think this will look completely different from competitive because of the style and how you play and how much control you can do it. But the snowballing fact is going to be really interesting for those games. But because of the level discrepancies, I think competitive play will have some major changes. I'm going to need to like test that in scrims and tournaments, which is coming this weekend. But ranked, holy, ranked is a lot different now, and it's crazy. I never thought I would have a tier list like this, but it might just be the weirdest tier list I've ever made. But then again, I hope you enjoy. I hope you're enjoying the patch. Personally, I'm not really too keen on this patch. It's feeling really weird. I don't like the pacing. I don't like the mobility changes and the resets, the shift resets and the healing on shift. So the pacing is just really, really, really weird. I've been playing Felix, and I'm just not understanding what is going on. But hope I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you keep on checking my streams. I will still be playing. There's tournament scrims, everything going on. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.